Good evening, I'm Kevin Christopher.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us at 6. Before the big story, a homicide investigation is underway in Powell County.
Police say a man was found dead under suspicious circumstances at a mobile home on 1st Street in Clay City. Lee Searcy's at the scene with the latest about this breaking story.
Police were called to this trailer on 1st Avenue before 2 o'clock this afternoon. A man's body was found inside it.
I know he's been stabbed. That's all I know.
Kentucky State Police quickly took over the investigation. We're told it is a homicide. The victim's nephew says his uncle, Johnny Mullins, was found stabbed. Dwayne Mullins tells us a neighbor went to check on Mullins and made the discovery. Mullins tells us his uncle lived alone and it was the kind of person who would help anyone. He is guessing the suspects didn't know him because people who do know his uncle never had any money. Tonight, his nephew is in a state of shock.
He was a really good man. He would help everybody around here. He would give them rides where they needed to go. He would do anything to help anybody.
Why would somebody want to hurt him?
I don't know. I have no clue.
And of course, if you have any information about this death investigation, give Kentucky State Police a call. Covering the news in Powell County from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom, back to you.
Well, it's one of those situations where 99% of us, it's been just rain. But that 1% of the area down in Harlan County up on top of Black Mountain, it has been snowing hard. Pure elevation event. And we'll talk about that coming up. Still some light rain and drizzle. Heaviest of the rain now getting east to Highway 15, moving off to the east. I-75, a little light rain and drizzle around, and a few more showers back toward I-65. You look around there, get into Letcher and Harlan County, the highest elevations. It is indeed falling in the form of snow. Winter storm warning in Harlan County above 3,000 feet. So you got to be climbing to get up to find the snow. That is going to be until 3 a.m. Then there's a winter weather advisory for Pike, Letcher, and Harlan County. That's going to be above 2,500 feet. So you're talking Pine Mountain, Black Mountain at that point, and that's also in effect until 3 a.m. So there you see it. There's that stuff down in southeastern Kentucky. And again, a few other folks may see some snow mixing in, but temperatures will be too warm for anything but just melting snow to occur. We get you to tomorrow morning. The clouds are around. Those clouds will hold pretty tough for a good chunk of the day, but we may squeeze a little sunshine out before the afternoon is done. The chill. We will talk about it, which is normal for winter. We'll have that for you in a couple of minutes.
How about that?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Well, AAA is predicting a record-breaking number of people on the roads. They say a third of all Americans will be traveling this holiday season and predict more than 100 million will be doing so by car.
So that means already congested roads may also be paired with inclement weather. Upcoming forecasts show some rain and wintry mixes ahead. Eleanor Buckley has the impact of that in tonight's big story at 6.
It doesn't have to be freezing for you to be having a problem.
All kinds of weather can cause for issues on the road. And with rain ahead in the forecast, holiday travelers tell me they're staying extra careful. And some say they have already seen some close calls.
If they're going too fast, they're going to hydroplane. I mean, I'm watching them spin out in front of me, so they have to take the time.
And perhaps travelers have more to deal with than just weather. As always, the holidays are an extra busy time on roads, runways, and rails. But it's important to remember your destination isn't going anywhere. Everybody I spoke to said it's better to slow down and get there safely.
They need to be careful, especially it's going to be raining for the next few days. They need to be careful and take their time. That's going to be the key. Just take your time.
There's just several ways to get there, so we're just going to take our time.
Take your time. Always have a plan B.
If you do run into some questionable conditions, stay calm and remember to pack an emergency kit in case of cold weather. Covering the news in Woodford County, Eleanor Buckley, LEX 18 News.
AAA says the uptick in holiday travel this year represents a 4.4% increase over last year. Now here's a live look at the flight status board at Bluegrass Airport. No major problems today. If you do have a flight, be sure to check the status, though, before you leave for the airport. And you can track the forecast along with us by logging onto our website, lex18.com. Plus, take it with you when you're on the go. Just download our free LEX18 Storm Tracker weather app. In the news this evening, we're learning more about yesterday's head-on crash in Franklin County that injured a baby and 5 adults.
A pickup and a car collided yesterday on US 127 just north of Peaks Mill Road near Frankfort. Investigators say the pickup hydroplaned and crossed the center line. The sheriff says the driver of the truck was thrown. We're told 5 of the victims have serious injuries and were taken to UK hospital, but no word on their names right now. An Eastern Kentucky cardiologist has been arrested following a crash on the interstate in Clark County. The crash happened about 11:30 Wednesday night near mile marker 90 on I-64 near Winchester. Police say Dr. Michael Sewell of Prestonsburg was involved in an injury crash. They say Sewell showed signs of intoxication and was charged with DUI. Studies show firefighters are more likely to be diagnosed with certain types of cancer than general members of the public.
And now a fire department in southeastern Kentucky is implementing new policies to combat that frightening statistic. Tiffany Jackson has the story.
Among firefighters, it's considered the silent killer.
You don't feel it. The after effects isn't immediately. You know, it's something that catches you 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road.
And it's happening more often than ever before.
You see it every day, a fireman just now retiring, just now being able to enjoy their lives, you know, and enjoy their families after they've earned their retirement, are now having to battle cancer.
Captain Chad Neal says firefighters in Irvin have started taking steps to fight back. Nothing has changed in how they respond, but once the fire is out, decontamination begins.
Many people may think that a mask is all a firefighter needs to protect themselves from contaminants entering their body, but harmful chemicals can get in through pores from head to toe.
We have a small garden hose with just a regular water hose on it that comes off of our fire engine. They just get briefly sprayed off, get the bulk of everything off of the gear.
That gear is then thrown in the bed of a pickup truck and taken back to the station to be washed with special product.
Once our gear is clean, we've cleaned everything that we can. We then go to clean ourselves. We take showers.
Captain Neal says this is just the tip of the iceberg in their fight against cancer risks.
I feel like it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger until hopefully the technology evolves to where we're protecting our firemen better.
Covering the news in Estill County, Tiffany Jackson, LEX 18 News.
Christmas came early for some young patients at UK Hospital today.
The children got a visit from Santa Claus this afternoon. He handed out presents to those who won't have the chance to go home to celebrate Christmas. We had a chance to speak to the big man in the red suit and asked him why visiting children in the hospital is so important.
Anticipate the arrival of Santa. The staff lets them know that Santa's coming, and when I arrive, they're just overjoyed, and they really, really like it, and I'm just happy to be a part of that.
Santa also says he gets so much joy from children getting excited to see him. I bet he gets milk and cookies there too. Yeah. Well, Christmas is just days away, but there's still time to help a local family in need this holiday season.
Alexa Hellwig is live at the For Sales Kroger to show you how you can provide them a hot Christmas meal through the Salvation Army's Food Angel program. Alexa.
Hi, Kevin, Nancy. Can you believe it's just a couple more days until Christmas? But no fear, you have until January 1st to get to the For Sales Kroger and find this beautiful tree in the store. As you can see, this is the Salvation Army's Food Angel tree. It's an amazing program. They partner with Kroger every single year. We'll give you a closer look up at these tags. You just come into the store. They make it so easy. This one says Rose's Family. You come up to the store, you pick out a tag that looks good for your family, and you just take it to the register. It's $25. They make it so easy. Let me show you this part of the tree right here. It's looking pretty bare. Just about 5 minutes ago, a man came over here, and I think he took about 15 tags over to the register to help a family in need. And I also just ran into another man. He's a shopper here today. This is Mike. He is from For Sales, and he's about to make this side of the tree look bare as well. What drives you and your family to come and help these families with the Salvation Army every year?
Well, there's a lot of folks out there that don't have a meal. And my wife and I, we do this every year. Not only that, but the toys. And it just makes me feel better to know that there are some people that are going to benefit from this. So this is my 16th donation this year. We buy them in groups of 8. We try to make sure that there are people in the community that will have a meal come Christmas. And a little personal history, I've been hungry in my life, and I think it's only fair that we give this opportunity to families that are less fortunate.
That's amazing, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us. And like he said, this is his 16th tag. So if you can, please come down to the Versailles Kroger. You have until January 1st to find the beautiful tree in the store and pick up a tag to help a family that is struggling this holiday season. Kevin, Nancy, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
It's fantastic.
I think you need to be like Mike, huh, this Christmas?
Good point.
What a guy.
Here's
Terrific.
another guy to be like. All week, we brought you stories of Central Kentucky's own Father Christmas, spreading holiday cheer through random acts of kindness.
And today he's at it again. Watch Father Jim Sitchko make a difference for unsuspecting strangers this Christmas. It's next on LEX 18 News at 6.